are back. Hopefully, I'm live on Twitter. Yes, I'm live on Twitter. Sweet. Shout out to everyone who is supporting on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And we're not on TikTok because we got kicked out. All right. So, picking off where we left off, I created the PRD using Perplexity. Let me see where that is. So created the PRD using Perplexity, and now we're going to head over to Cursor to actually start building, vibe coding the app. And those who wasn't around for the first session, I wanted to create an app for neighbors to basically get to know each other. If you remember the good old days like AOL, and I don't know if you had a party line in your city, but in Delaware, we had a party line where you can just call in and anonymously be on the phone talking to people. So this app is, it just gave a generic name called Neighborly Chat. It's a React-based progressive web app. Those who don't know, a progressive web app is more, it acts more like a mobile app. You can download it to your device rather than just a static web app. But the app is that lets people in the same area join interest-based neighborhood chat rooms for new neighbors, families, singles, game night, arts and crafts, the LGBTQ community, and pet lovers. With the option to be anonymous. So it's not like Neighbor Next Door or Facebook Marketplace where it gets messy. I want the app to be fun and simple. I probably should put it in the PRD to make the app non-messy to avoid and have like restricted things like negativity and whatnot. But just for tonight, we're just building a app to use, and you can steal this idea, and because I think a neighborhood, there's so many neighborhoods across the world. So yeah, let's get into it. So here's the PRD. Basically ran down the ideas, and those who aren't familiar with vibe coding and producing apps, always generate a PRD, whether if you're using Chat, Claude. I like to use Perplexity and Claude, but definitely grab a PRD in your building process. Okay, so let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Chat room. So I'm just going to copy the PRD here, and then we'll head over to Cursor. I created the folder on my desktop, so that way it's just super easy to use, to find. Once again, I use Cursor as the IDE, and I use Opus. I'm starting to get used to using multiple models within the agent. I heard someone talk about like use GPT 5.1 mini for asking questions, and so. But tonight we'll just use Sonnet. Is it Sonnet? Yeah, I believe it's Sonnet. Sonnet 4.5. And for starters, I'm just going to drop in the PRD. Well, first I'm going to have it create a repo. So part of my workflow is using Netlify to host the site. And the cool thing now with Claude, you can actually see the browser as you're building. But I like to host on Netlify. I use GitHub for my repository. That way, any changes of the build and creating a build and in the process, it always saves to the repo. Claude, Perplexity. For more like fun and, quirky stuff, I use ChatGPT. But for tonight, we're just using Perplexity. And then we'll use Opus, a Sonnet 4.5, which is Claude, Anthropic on the back end. All right, so let me drop this PRD. No. GGGs. I'm moving too fast. Have it create a repo. Repo called neighbor think it was Neighborly or something. Neighbor. And I am dyslexic, so reading, speaking, and logically thinking sometimes is a little thrilled. So you can laugh at me. We can all have fun and crack jokes. But yeah, so all right, have it create the repo first, and that way it can start saving as we go. I'll say I will be using Netlify to host the site. And yeah, so just add that in there. I think this is going to be the year of vibe coding, y'all. Like, I think last year was like the kickoff, but I think now more than ever, like any idea you have, like just fucking do it. We moved into the era of information to the era of imagination and doing. So if you got an idea, just do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, create something else till it works. So right now it's installing the and creating a repo. Go ahead and drop in the PRD. And I think I'm just going to have right now build all front end only. So that way we don't have to get into the data schemes and all of that. But for the back end stuff, I use Superbase, but there's plenty of services you can use. Here's the PRD for the app. Um, only build front end only. Don't worry. Back in yet. Use create a demo user with mock data for the app. So I think that's important too. Like because before when I was coding apps, I would try to build everything all at once, and it's like you don't do that. Like just start in pieces, especially if you're just starting out in vibe coding. You don't want to go too crazy. When I first started, like I was using up all my credits. I mean, even now I still use up a lot of credits, but uh, the process would be so long and drawn out because I was trying to build the front end, the back end, the components all in one shot. So always start with just mock data, get your PRD, start building, only focus on the UI, the front end of the website or the mobile app, and then you start focusing and diving deeper on API keys and all that jazz. All right, so I'm gonna drop the PRD in. If you don't know, always add the three little dash marks and command return or shift and return, and that just brings you down to another line. It's a good way to separate. See, like here it has the asterisk marks, but I always like to do that. I saw that from somebody on Twitter, so just copy, make it easier. All right, so we are dropping in the PRD. And let me know what you guys are building. What are you? Where do you think the state of vibe coding is going? Like, are you for it? Are you not for it? Is AI doing too much? Well, it doesn't matter because AI is here to stay. There's nothing any of us can do about that right now. And if you decide to not use the technology, good for you. But I'm gonna utilize it as a tool to create. It just helps the creative process. Saves a shit ton of time. out to whoever is watching on Twitch. Shout out to the X fam. Shout out to I don't know where else I'm live right now. Instagram. I think Instagram. So right now it's just cooking up based off the PRD. I'm gonna say open in browser. So right now, those who just joined, I'm creating an app for neighbors to meet each other. I mean, there's plenty of people that are in apartment buildings and small communities and they don't know who lives next to them to the right or left. So just wanted to create something like AOL, but just something more modernized. Open in browser to view. I've recently been heavily interested in vibe coding about maybe 2 years now. I first got into coding and a whole bunch of like creation stuff during COVID. I created a NFT project, and that was kind of like the gateway for me to like learn more about creating things with code. And here we are. We are just building and using the tools that are accessible and creating some cool shit. But the app I'm building right now is it's called Neighborly, and it's essentially for you to meet your neighbors. We're just focusing on the front end only. I use Perplexity to brainstorm and create a PRD. Now we're inside of Cursor using Claude Sonnet 4.5 to actually build the app, and it's not like a regular website; it's a PWA, so it has a little more strength and capability for like mobile devices and saving it to your computer and desktop. And for like my stack, I use Netlify to host the website. I use GitHub to create the repository, save my workflow, and Claude. I Can someone tell me the difference from using Claude in the IDE of Cursor versus Claude? I think it's Pro or Anthropic, where it's in the terminal. Help me understand that, please, because I was paying for both at one point, and I don't I don't know. This is why I'm here and ask people that are way more smarter than me to help me with doing things better. So if you got the answer to that, let me know. Man, this thing moves so fast. So it looks like it created some generic um, images that might be like the favicon. I think that's how you pronounce that. Yeah. And shout out to anyone who went to school for this, man. Like, God bless your heart, man. You did what you knew at the time, and those who are still in school for coding, I tip my hat to them. Just because it's a big learning curve. For me, it was a learning curve. I'm still learning. So shout out to anyone that does it properly, old school, and just pursuing as an actual like dev. Um, but yeah, I think the abundance is here for everything, for finances, for technology, for music. I use Suno a lot. I use Higgsfield for a lot of my photos and videos. So I'm pro AI, and I do see the flip side of it as well. But it's just like getting a cell phone in the '90s. How many people wanted to hold on to their little black books, you know what I mean, and remember their numbers. So to each his own, but I think it's fun as a creative to be able to have access to these tools. And just think these tools have been around for years. It's just not accessible to the normies, you know. But yeah, shout out to anyone who is on this journey of learning how to code and learning how to do things, that they didn't think they would be. Like if you'd have told me I would have been coding and doing this full time like 5 years ago, I've been like, yeah, right. But here we are. So it looks like the project is complete. Let's check out the project summary. Slide over. I think that is Google. Like, bro, you still here? Yes, I am still here. So fully functional React based. I like using React because it's clean. That's what I've been using since I started Vibe coding. And it's like easy to make changes on it. So this talks about the core features. So we have the authentication system, super basic, chat functionality, 17 rooms. Okay, that looks good. Safety, block users, hide their messages locally, report. Okay. And putting this app in like full production, I would use like an AI moderator to essentially just remove, anything that we don't want to be on the app, of course. Front end, React, styling. Man, remember those Facebook and, well, not Facebook, MySpace days when we were all doing HTML, CSC, CSS? I started on Black Planet. If you know, you know. That was like 90, shoosh, 95, 96. It was around when Pac was alive. Had no business being on that platform. But it was allowed you to create change the color of your profile page and add text. But it was all HTML and CSS back in the day. All right. And right now we're just building the front end of the app. How long is this? It's only been 18 minutes. About to put out something. Well, I did the PRD and stuff, so probably like an hour total. And we're actually going to have like a demo to be able to use to like build on the idea. Usually when I'm doing this, I got music in the background or listening to a podcast. Um, okay. Yeah, keep it super light and fun. I think people are going to have to learn how to do this. I mean, they've made it so easy to where it's not brain damage. Sometimes it could be brain damage when you're actually trying to fix and create a full app. I think for me is working with Apple, the App Store Connect when you're pushing apps, mobile apps. Oh my God, that's a headache. I still haven't found like a smooth workflow. And I think maybe because most of the apps I create are subscription based, and it's like the in-app purchases part in App Connect is a nightmare for me. I struggle with that so much. Maybe it's because I'm slow, but definitely one of my kryptonites with creating mobile apps is the App Store Connect. But it feels good once you go back and forth with them 10 times and it's a success, then it makes it feel worth it. On average, what are you guys spending per month on subscriptions right now? I feel like that's the new car payment is subscriptions. Say word. Okay, so it looks like it's complete. We live in some crazy times, man. Full fledged website in 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes. That probably was like 15. So once again, um, Cursor opens up the site, kind of like WordPress, Framer. You can actually make changes. You click and the whatever part of the site you click on goes into the agent, and you can just type away or dictate. This is wild. Oh man, what's up with AI and the damn gradient? Why I can't stand the gradient. Gradient, um, like the styling. Like I guess I should just when you create your PRD, state no gradient anything, no cards, no buttons, no text. All right, so let's see what the. So this is just talking about the demo. I want to see what you actually did. It's time for a new computer, man. Anyone got a hookup for Apple? Anyone work for Apple? I need a deal. All right, so neighborly chat is what the agent called it. Core application, login, anonymous mode, 17. I'm very interested to see the layout of the theme rooms. There's new neighbors, families, singles, game night, arts and crafts, the community, pets, and pet lovers. That's interesting. Chat features, real time, like messaging, timestamps, heart reactions, okay, safety, block users, profile management, name, toggle, zip code. All right, let's jump in, y'all. Let's do it. It's here. It's done. Let me know if you can see it. Just make this jaw bigger. So demo. Neighborly. Dot app. Demo. 1, 2, 3. And again, feel free to take this idea. I don't care. Make some money off of it. Okay, we're gonna log in. Password not correct. Demo 1, 2, 3. Did I spell that right? Nope. See? Damn, I'm so special. All right, boom. We are logged in. We're officially in the Neighborly app. It'd be the emojis for me too. But again, when you're just creating and vibe coding to get an idea, just keep it simple, and then you can go in and tweak it. All right, so we have our dashboard, bento box style, little animation, and color. When you hover over the cards, what's this here? This should be the user profile, Sarah Johnson. Email, neighborhood radius. Okay, let's see if we can edit that. Just the name. Let's check the. So Sarah, let's do, and then check the box. So anonymous. That's cool. So you click the anonymous box and your name just basically gets hidden. Did they create the community guidelines? They did. Wow, that's cool. Be respectful. Keep it local. This is a neighborhood chat for local connections. Keep conversations relevant to community events. Recommendations. Okay, stay on topic. I think that's important. Stay on topic. And if you know continuing building this, I would use the AI moderator to kick people out and put people in timeout um, for not staying on topic. No spam and no solicitation. Jeez, that's very important. That should be like a no nonsense one right there. Follow the law, report issues, inclusive community. I think that's super important. All right, let's jump into the new neighbors. Oh, this is very basic. Hi, everyone. Just moved to the neighborhood last week. Any recommendations on good coffee shops? Neighbor. Okay, so another neighbor. Oh, okay. It didn't. It's mock data. I was going to say it didn't show me anonymous. Hey, Sarah. Welcome to the neighborhood. Feel free to ask questions. Can we type? Perfect. That works. Neighbor is weird because my original name was Sarah Johnson and then anonymous. Okay, cool. So that's simple. That's super simple. You don't get to see what people look like. Let's go to families. Anyone know of a good after school program in the area? Now, if I was to continue to build this, I would. I don't know if I would add photos. I would create like a recommendation. Let's do it. This is what I would do. All right, let's look at the rest. So families, okay, parents in schools, kid activities. So it gives you subgroups like description here, but I would actually break the rooms down even further. Singles, anyone interested in organizing a neighborhood happy hour, would be fun to meet more people, which is cool. This is what it should be. You should be looking to meet new people, singles, couples, whatever. Like, meet new people. You don't have to be friends with everybody, but it's good to meet people. Game night, board games, video games, watch parties. Okay, I like that. Board game at my place this Saturday. Bring your favorites. Chris Taylor. I guess having a profile would be cool because, like, if I'm a new neighbor and I just see Chris Taylor and there's no way to bro, where you live, he may not want to put his address in the chat. So I'm thinking of some ideas as I'm doing this. Arts and crafts, starting a weekend painting group. Anyone interested? Okay, so I would create groups. So we got chat rooms, and then I would create groups. I would do groups inside of the chat rooms. Okay. LGB. Hey neighbors, looking to organize Pride Month celebration for our neighborhood. Fire. That's dope. Pet lovers. Pet questions, meet up. You know what else would be cool? I know what I'm at. So we got a solid foundation here. What I would add here, I'll start a new agent first. So here are some things I would add. First would be inside the groups, inside the chat rooms, create groups to chat specific. For example, game night. Pardon me. So game night, I would do board games, just like the description. Board games, video games, watch parties, and I want to say like freeze tag. Do adults still play freeze tag? Board games. Okay, for example, game night. What is that called? Chat room. Create groups. Board games. games, watch parties. Oh, we should have a book club um, chat chat room too. I think that's super fire. Having a book club chat room. Okay, so board games, video games. Help me out, chat. What else? What else? Um, group should be within game night. Video games, board games. I'm gonna just say physical games because it's not like a good game of kickball, right? Physical, like kickball, dodgeball, etc. And then I'm gonna give it another one to create the book club, create book club chat room. Yo, what was that? What was that app? That Clubhouse. Y'all remember Clubhouse that lasted for every bit of 4 months? They shut that joint down. I thought that was a really cool idea. That's kind of like what this is. But then, yeah, Clubhouse is a whole. It should be a documentary, or someone should do like a show about Clubhouse. You remember Clubhouse? Oh man. All right, create book club chat room. All right, so we're gonna let that run. Yeah, Clubhouse was super interesting. And I was on it during the height of NFTs, so it was going rampant. And then Twitter Spaces came out. Or did Spaces come out before Clubhouse? No, I think it was Clubhouse, and then Twitter or X came out with Spaces. That was a wild man. We've lived through some crazy social media times. All right, book club. I feel like I got to do one more um, chat room because it's just uneven. New neighbors, families, singles, game night, arts, crafts, community. Duh, artists, artists, noun, artists, musicians, music, artists, music, chat. I feel like that's essential. Whole, you know what's really dope? I have a good acquaintance in Oregon. We started to do like a record share, and I've been slacking, of course. Like he sent me out something. He sent me out like 2 records, and I never sent back what I was. But I'm gonna do that for the new year. I'm gonna make sure I take care of my guy. So yeah, now we have an equal of 9 rooms. I think that's all we need. 9 rooms, and then within the 9 chat rooms will be groups of um, like subgroups. Let me see if we can actually see it building. Yep. Super dope idea. Take this idea and build it for your freaking neighborhood, man. Just do it. No competition. Unless you live in my neighborhood. Then we gonna beef. So we got board games, video games, watch parties. And it's cool. It's showing different people in each group, which is dope. Now, should we be bougie and you have to be either invited? Yeah, I like that. I like that. That creates a little more exclusive. Like, if we don't know you, bro, you not coming to the game night. You can join the general chat, but we might not want you to come over my house for board games. Cause it's nothing like a stranger popping up at your crib. All right. All right. So let's see. So for the artists in the music chat room, we have the icon. Of course, is an emoji. Pre-populated messages. Description: music lovers. Okay. So we got the rooms for game night. I don't know if we have it for anything else. Okay. So now what I'll do, this is how I start brewing and cooking up the ideas. You do one and then you just duplicate to the rest of your sections or your cards. So we got game night. I'm gonna come over to music lovers, and I'm gonna just do the voice input. So music lovers, I would do vinyl. Let's create music for people who want to do a jam. So I'll do vinyl jam session and like something about like listening to music playlist. All right. For the artists and music chat room, include groups for vinyl lovers, playlist, and jam session. Each rooms for every each group for each chat rooms. The chat rooms are available to everyone, but you have to be invited to the groups to participate in the group chats. I think that's cool. I think that's fire. I think that creates some exclusivity. The only thing is like who's in control of the groups. You know what I mean? Like I might not like Leo, so I see him in the the public chat, but I don't want him to get in. So I would figure that out, that dynamic, so that way it's not like a whole bunch of gatekeeping, but definitely wanted to like weed out people. And I think that's human nature, right? In your neighborhood, you know who are the weirdos and you know who are good people. And I think the whole point of meeting new people is to be able to check those check boxes on like, yeah, I don't think I want my kids going over there. You know what I'm saying? So, man, that's like bias and racist, right? I feel like everyone has that within them. But you like what you like. If there's people you don't like, you don't like. It is what it is. But at least you get to know them. You get to know that you don't like them. I think that's the most important part. I rather know that I don't like you than have some preconceived notion about you and I don't know you. A good movie. This is kind of on topic. A good movie to check out based on Neighbors is called Crash. Um, they weren't all neighbors, but it just shows how the 6 degrees of separation. Is it 6 degrees? But when people are connected, you never know who you need when you need them. So, you know, being good to people, it pays it forward. You never know when you may need them. So I think that's the whole intention of this app is to like get to know the people you could count on and the people you can't count on. All right. So complete implementation summary. Successfully implemented the invite only group system. No artist chat room. Here's what's added. So let's figure out how that invite works. For all users viewing, all groups are visible to everyone in the chat. Lock groups show the lock icon with the dash border. Okay, I see. I see. I mean, the UI is terrible, but get it. Access control. Users can only send messages to groups they're invited to. Users can only view messages from groups they have access to. But who the hell is allowing the people to get in the group? All right, so now I will come down here to the agent and I would just click the ask. I don't know what agent is best for like critical thinking. It might be chat. I don't know. All right, so I'm basically going to ask, how does the okay, they're invited to, like, who the hell invites the user? All right, let me figure this out in my brain. Don't don't laugh. How does the user get invited to the locked groups? Who is doing the managing of the locked groups? How is that delegated to users? Help me understand that. So the good thing about these agents now, natural language, basically knows how you propagate. Is that the word? Come up and formulate ideas, and like it, pattern recognition understands your thought process and your creativity. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. What exists? Okay. Full frame. Let me explain and implement. All right. So what exists is the group invitation storage. So I don't want to know the code. How does it work? Like, what makes it work? Um, Request function. Users can click lock groups to request access. Who is gatekeeping the groups is the question. Is it, I guess, moderators, right? What is missing is the management layer. There it is, moderator. There is no admin moderator system currently. Here's what needs to be added. First message. The first person to post in a group. That's crazy. What do you mean? It says the first person that posts in a group becomes the admin. No way, bro. That does not qualify you to be an admin. So that's option one. Manual admin, add admin designated. So you can add an admin. Room level moderators. Anyone who moderates the main room can also manage. Chat, help me out. What would you do? How do you delegate who's admin of a group, of a chat room? So this is where like the Reddit piece or the Yelp piece comes in. I think whoever, I like this. Okay, got it. Bingo. For admin and moderator qualifications, incorporate an up vote, but call it something different to basically establish who has, or like, the most respected user in the chat rooms. I think they should have first dibs on admin rights to the group and the chat room. Now, I think that part is fire. Instead of, because your little cousin built the app, now he made Aunt Kathy a damn moderator, and Aunt Kathy is very racist, and maybe she doesn't like people with bald heads. And if you got a bald head, you can't get into the group. Like, I think whoever is across the board a good person, that's a good idea for that. Maybe you call the app good person or good people or good neighbors. Huh. like where this is going. And we got about 7 more minutes left. I'm gonna enjoy my life. Just wanted to vibe code something quick, an idea you can take and run with, make it better. Make sure you tag me so I can try it out and be a beta user for you. All right, so let's finish strong. We got 6 minutes. All right, so the admin priority system. I know it's probably a little bit hard for you guys to read. Yeah, I'm not adjusting anything right now. All right, so what it says is admin priority system. There it looks like it's 4 tiers. Tier 1 is auto admin. That's immediate rights. Top 3 most respected users in the room can create groups instantly. All right, so that's the thing. I don't want people to make more groups. I think it should just be 3 groups. Essentially, if they don't like it, they don't like it. Because somebody can just create a group on dumb stuff that shies away from being on topic. All right, tier 2 eligibility can request. Top 5 to 10 most respected users can request admin role. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Existing admins vote or approve. All right. Tier 3 growing members, users with 10 to 19 kudos. I like that. Kudos. Can see they're making progress, encouraged to keep participating. Tier 4 new members, users with less than 10 kudos can participate. Is that less? That is less, right? Which one is less? Less, more, less, more. Can participate but not manage. Can give kudos to others and learn about the community. I like that. Kudos. Phase 1, basic kudos, MVP. Add kudos buttons. What if the app is called kudos? To messages. Show kudos count per user. That's a funny word. Kudos. We say it's candy bar. My wife just said granola bar kudos. Candy bars. Y'all ever had those? It sounds familiar. Come on, chat. All right. Phase 2, admin eligibility. Calculate top users. I like that idea that you just can't be admin. You got to earn that shit. All right. Want me to implement this? Hell yeah. So what's really cool is with the ask feature, that was all in ask. It didn't build anything, but it basically laid out how it will do it. Which name do you prefer? Kudos, neighbor stars, or respect? I think kudos is it. All right, so we're going to go to agent mode. Yes, I really love that plan. Let's go with kudos. And actually, let's change the name of the app to Good Neighbor. Go ahead and implement those recommendations. Yeah, this is fire. This will be part 1, y'all. Of course, everyone has their New Year's resolutions, but this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, hence why I created my school community, to basically learn and teach in public. Like, I am not no master at this. I don't pretend to be. I know what I know. And I think the most important piece is building in public for me is because someone may see it that may bring value to what I do. It may be a missing piece that I need and someone can chip in. So take this idea, go ahead and build it, make it dope. Again, we are in the age of abundance. It's not hard to steal ideas anymore. It's not hard to steal things. So, and I don't even think it's stealing because the ideas come from the ethers. It comes through frequencies. So I just got the idea tonight. Someone probably had this idea, ages ago. Hence why Facebook groups are a thing. So, um, yeah, take what I create and vibe code here and make it better. Just send me the invite to be a beta tester. I want to try it out. But yeah, I think weekly sessions is my goal, but I think I'm literally just going to hop on and whenever I want to create something fresh and do it in public, I will. But yes, I am Jamil. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, those who stayed. Um, you can follow my school community and just go to the website jamil.dev and all my info is there. I appreciate you guys. Please give me feedback. Let me know if this shit sucks. Even if it does, like, I'm gonna keep going, but I'll take what you say and improve. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna just make this a thing and put it out. Like, I think it's dope. I'll start with my community in Delaware and just get some users. I'll make the app free. It's no need to charge for it. But yeah, I encourage you guys to think of stuff and fucking create it. Like, made this idea up in an hour, um, from thought to a working product. And I think there's never been a greater time than now to do stuff like this. So take advantage of these tools. Yes, it's going to cost you money. Don't let these gurus tell you everything's free. The shit's not free. You got to pay for it. You got to pay to play. Um, start small. Start your ideas, big, and work small in a sense of do what's in your capacity to do, time. But yeah, come up with some cool shit. This is gonna be dope. I will actually use this app. We're gonna let this build so we can see the kudos, and then we out of here. 19103. I think that's Philly. Ain't that Philly? 19103. Chat. Where's that zip code? I got a whopping 7 viewers, 4 viewers. I'll take that, man. I appreciate you guys. Mm-mm. Good neighbor. Wait, isn't that State Farm? I was like a good neighbor. State Farm is there? Is there an app called Good Neighbor? Oh, another thing. I guess I heard Gillian Wallow talk about this. Maybe it was Wallow, but he was saying trademark your stuff. Again, it's not hard to steal ideas nowadays. But it's something that I'm going to start doing a little bit more. It's legacy. It's more about legacy. Whether if it fails or thrives, I think seeing that you did it is the most important part. So I'm gonna learn more about trademarking. If you guys got the plug to make it where it's easy and not that expensive, like, let me know. Kudos. This joint's gonna be popping. Give coat. Oh, that's dope. Here they go with the gradient. The next time we come back, we'll work on the actual like UI of the app. This is great just for MVP, get it up and running. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the gradient and the heavy emojis. Implementation complete. All right, so what did it do? Community driven reputation points. Kudos. Given to helpful, active neighbors, 1 kudo per person, no spam. That's cool. Tracked per chat room. Current user kudos data. All existing users have kudos assigned What's up with this John? Assigned based on their activity level. Artist in music, Vinyl Victor. His name is Vinyl Victor. 65 kudos. He is the highest. DJ Spinner, 52. Jazz Hernandez. That's some cool names. Game Night, Chris Taylor, 67 kudos. Maria Lopez, 50, 48. Sarah Chen. Jordan Lee, families. Okay. Admin system based on kudos, which I think is really dope. So tier one, top 5 users are eligible for admin. Tier 2, active members, 10 to 19 kudos, building reputation. Tier 3, new members. Is that less or greater? Someone help me out. I think that's less, right? Less is always eating the number, right? Uh, my wife says the crocodile eats the bigger number. So now it went from a L to a crocodile. Oh, I guess it is a mouth, right? That's okay. Yikes. Can give kudos to others. Group admin features, auto admin assignment, highest kudos users in the room automatically manage related groups. And what I'll do is I would limit or I wouldn't even allow people to create more groups. I'm building the app, so whatever groups exist is what exists. I'll take suggestions later. UI, so user status bar. I also would create a user profile, just a super light one that is visible. But then I don't want to add friends. Now it gets into a whole different thing. All right, let's just check it out, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So we'll go demo user at neighbor dot app. Password. And the cool thing about doing the front end first, when you're ready to tie in the back end piece, you got everything you need. The shit's already working. So now you just have to create tables and sets and connect shit, and then you're good, but you got the components and how it works done. Oh, come on, bro. Demo. 1, 2, 3. Bro, I spelled that right? Neighbor Borley demo. What I like to do for like the passwords, I usually like to tell the agent to create like an eye icon to actually see the damn password. I tripped out. Let's try this one more again. Demo at neighborly.app. Demo 1, 2, 3. Fam. What am I doing wrong? Neighborly app. Neighborly. All right. User. Demo user login. See, this is when I just come back here. Demo user login. Not working. Fix immediately. And I noticed too with my dyslexic butt, like I can just type anything in and chat gets me. The agent gets me. Thank you for understanding me. Oh, that's why. Because the back end changed to Good Neighbor. It's no longer Neighborly app. So update. Now update the login screen to rep per. Sent that. And then again, you can use this little function here to select the element. I'm actually going to do that so I can show you. Again, it gives like the WordPress vibes, framer type style. I think Webflow does it too. Webflow is hot, man. Webflow, I miss Webflow. I don't even need that no more. Yikes. Um, yeah. How are those tools still? That's what I want to know. Like, I hope they like sold to like these bigger companies, because who's going to use that? And people that are still using Wix, like, let's have a conversation. Why are you still using Wix? Is it something I don't know that you know about Wix that you like? Like, please let me know. Like a good neighbor. I'm gonna see if that exists. I think Good Neighbor already exists in the App Store. All right, so let's log in. Let's check out these kudos and be out. Demo at good neighbor dot app. Demo 1, 2, 3. Because my I can't spell. There we go. Sheesh. All right. So let's go new neighbors. Fire. So I'll let you know within your side of the app if you're eligible. So let's give Alex Thompson some kudos. Fire. So you click on kudos, goes from yellow to green, and it's limited one kudos per person per vote, essentially. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to see if the number went up. Let's do that. Families. So David Park has 38 kudos right now. Let's give him a kudos. And it works. Fire. All right. So this concludes of Build in Public live session, creating an app for for neighbors to basically meet each other, keep the community strong. I think that's super important as this AI revolution kicks off. I think community is going to be key. That still holds a sense of authenticity and human touch. So, I think I'm going to just build this and just put it out and, go ahead and build your own version of this. Um, because ideally, like, we should all be bringing people together. And this is why I use tools like this to create stuff like this. Um, if I knew how to do the nefarious stuff, I probably would, maybe. But, like I said before, I'm not an expert at this. I do what I do. I know what I know. And, whatever idea comes to me, I think now to be able to take that idea and to implement it with under an hour is insane. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Join the school community. Um, yeah, I'll be doing more stuff like this. I think next week, maybe finish this. Yeah, yeah. Next Thursday, same time. See you guys. Peace.